Hi, folks. I just wanted to give you a quick range review of my M&P 45. I know a lot of people have a lot of different videos on the M&P, but I just want to give you my review of this. I took it to the range and I've noticed something that a lot of people haven't mentioned in their reviews except for one guy. His name is Justin Opinion. And he had mentioned, just so you know, the gun is safety check. I'm just trying to save time on this video. What he had mentioned in his video was when the slide locks back and he wants to put a fresh magazine inside, once you slap the magazine inside the firearm, the slide shoots forward and it extracts around or chambers the around in. And I think this is a good feature. At first, I thought it was maybe a mistake on Smith and Wesson's part, but actually, I think it is a normal feature that you just all you do is slap a fresh magazine in, and the slide shoots forward. It chambers that round, and you're ready to go. You're ready to shoot again, and it saves a lot of time. I just thought it was just one uh, incident, but it did that on all my reloading of this firearm. Uh, One thing I will say is the trigger is kind of funny to me. I guess I got to get used to the trigger. I contacted Smith and Wesson, and they basically said that the trigger will improve as you fire the firearm. So right now, I only fired roughly about 100 to 200 rounds in this firearm. So, as you see, I use the threaded barrel. I think the next time I fire it, I'm going to use the standard barrel that came with it as well to see if there's any difference or anything of that nature. But yes, this gun really fired very well. I used the biggest backstrap. Even though I have small hands, I felt as though I had a little more control with the bigger backstrap. Uh, just to get to a point with the trigger, um, I don't think I'm going to change the trigger at all. I'm not going to put an Apex trigger in there. I think I'm going to deal with it and deal with what the guy at Smith and Wesson told me, just to give it some time. Uh, as you see here, I have a target here. My target here is from roughly about 15 to 20 yards, and it's shot very good groups, very tight groups right in here. There's a flyer there because I didn't grip the gun right, and right around here, there's some good shot groups right there. I'm going to tell you there were two targets prior to this that I'm not showing right now. Most of my shots originally were over in this area. It was pretty much either over in this area or high over in this area. And I attribute that to not understanding how to place my finger in the trigger area. So I played around with with trying to move my finger in various positions. Usually you're supposed to use the pad of your finger, but I had to play around to see what would give me the best trigger pull because your uh, when your finger is in there and you want to get the best take up, so you'll be able to get that second round off. You want to be able to get that good take up and to get the right trigger pull. But my problem was I had to adjust my finger to appropriate way and adjust my hand grip. And you know what they say, grip is everything. So it did work out. And as you see, I got the results that I wanted because now made sure I had my finger in a particular spot that I was happy with and the proper grip. So I played around with different grips as well. So I used the small, I used the medium, and it seems like the large, even though to me I have small hands, it seems like the large helped me maintain the best control. Uh, on the other target here, I just only had a few shots left, so I took my time and I used better finger control, and that's how I got these shots here. I am, like I said, I've always said that I consider myself an average shooter, but with a little time and a little practice on this particular firearm, you will tend to do a lot better with practice. I have, I've shot a Glock better. That's what I'm used to, but in time it'll come. And I think if I practice a little more, these shots will come out like the way I want them to. But all in all, I can say that there were no feed jams. There were no problems with this gun. It's a joy to shoot. And if you're a person that's not fond of Glocks, I consider myself a Glock fanboy. But if you're not fond of Glocks at all, and you want something that's a polymer frame firearm, this would be the firearm to get. The M&P 45, if you're not a fan of the Glock 21 or the Glock 30, this would be the firearm to get, the M&P 45. I highly recommend it if you can do so. Try to get the one with the threaded barrel like I have. I'm not sure about certain laws, but there are certain laws in other states. Some people are able to have a suppressor on their firearms, but I got the threaded barrel just in case I want to go to a suppressor, but we'll see. I don't like to go through a lot of red tape. I don't really have much of a use for a suppressor anyway, but the M&P 45 has greatly made a believer out of me. So if you are not really into the Glocks, this is the gun to go with. And with its sight radius and everything else that I mentioned before and what you've probably seen on other videos, I highly recommend this firearm. So that's all I have to say, and take care. Be safe.